Here's your Pinakbit. It's smoking hot. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for watching my channel. My name is Mel. Today we are going to make Pinakbit. It's a Filipino vegetable dish. Different region of the Philippines has different version of it, and this is my version of it. But first, please subscribe and share, and if you are going to subscribe to my channel, I'm going to automatically subscribe to yours. And so thank you so much in advance, and let's get chopping. We have our main ingredients. This is the diced pork. I didn't get the fatty one because I don't like the fat. And all of these vegetables are already washed with the soapy water. Just make sure you rinse it very well. It's because these vegetables, you have to eat the skin. You don't peel this. And so whoever touches in the supermarket, you don't want to get bacteria, whatever bacteria they have, especially now they have that coronavirus. So we wash it with soapy water, rinse it very well. We'll chop this one. I peeled the onion. It's because I don't wash the onion. The only vegetables here that we basically peel is the chayote squash and part of this squash here. Otherwise, everything else are going to be eaten the way they are, okay? The only challenging vegetable to cut is this one. A lot of people probably doesn't know how to cut squash. So just run your knife along this inner part. This is the seeds. You don't want to eat that. So you just run your knife along this side to remove the skin. You can eat the skin, but I don't like the skin because it's very hard. But in my hometown, when I was growing up, we used to eat the skin because we picked the vegetable that's a little bit younger than this. All right, just like that. And you just cut them square. It's a chayote squash. You don't need to get very thick out of the skin because the skin is very thin. I could use a peeler, but I don't want to do that right now. All right. Toss that away. And this core right here, just run your knife along there, turn it over, take the core out. This is the seed in the middle. So you just cut it in the middle. Okay, this is the seed of the chayote squash. So basically, I'm just gonna cut that so it's easier. Take that off. Take that off. This one, I don't eat it. Otherwise, it doesn't hurt if you like to eat that. So, just like, this takes the longest to cook. So I'm gonna separate them from the squash because I'm gonna put them in the mix before everything else. They don't disintegrate into your vegetable. They stay intact the way you cut it. So, but you can eat it raw. It's vegetables, you can eat it raw, like chayote squash. It's crunchy like kinkoma. Okay. Eggplant, take this stem off. I'm going to cut the eggplant last. It's because the eggplant will turn black. So I'm just gonna take the stem off. So it's ready. Okay. Bitter melon, very tricky. Take the edges off. And just run your knife along the vegetables, because we are going to remove the core out of it where the seed is. So just scrape in the middle. Kind of put a little force in there to remove this white thing in here. You can scrape it. Ooh. Ooh. It's like scooping something, like scooping ice cream, except it's a little harder. I like to remove as much white stuff off of it. That way it's not bitter. But the whole thing is completely bitter. But some people, they put salt in there, but I don't, because I think the nutrients are all in here. I don't want to ruin the nutrients off of this vegetables. It's very nutritious, beneficial to your health. If you have diabetes, they said it's good for cholesterol, it's good for blood pressure, but all the vegetables are good for you. So you just cut this just like that, about 5 millimeters. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside because this is going to be the last thing you're gonna put in the mix. All right, onion. I'm just gonna do it square. Okay, so I have garlic. You can use clove of garlic. I got this in a supermarket. It's easier, so it's already chopped. So I'm just gonna get a spoonful of it and then put it into my mix. Okay, we're going to chop this a little bit. I like to remove this gooey part of the meat and make it a little square. That was diced, but I like it a little bit more smaller. And I'm crying from the onion. Onion make you cry. I already washed this meat with a little bit of hot water. So this one, just toss them out. You can put them. A lot of people like that part, but I could give it to my dog. Just chop all of this. Okay, now I'm gonna wash this bowl. Okay, so we're gonna put this back into the bowl. And we are going to marinate it. Let me wash my hands. We're gonna marinate this with just a little bit of that. Pour it. And then a little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder. Pepper, lots of pepper, about a quarter teaspoon. And I like to add a little bit of crushed pepper. A little bit of sesame oil, about a teaspoon. Just give it a little bit of aroma. And fish sauce, about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about tablespoon and a half of soy sauce. You can use any soy sauce. I have this soy sauce. Just to give it a color. I don't like my meat pale. All right, we'll set this aside. Leave it on the fridge. Okay guys, this is a bagoong. It's a shrimp paste. I use this one, half of this, because I have this already sauté. I put half of this and half of this. And it's about a quarter cup of the bagoong, which is the shrimp paste. And then I'm gonna add oyster sauce. I like this brand, but you can get any brand you like. I've been using this brand since 25 years ago when I was in Hong Kong. Just about 2 tablespoons. I'm just gonna separate it so you guys can see. About, 2 tablespoons of that. And I have about half a teaspoon of chicken broth because I don't want these vegetables to be soupy, so I just want to do the powder. All right, let's start cooking. Okay, here we have clean water. We're gonna boil them. This boiling water, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil, just any oil that you like. I have this one. And I'm gonna blanch these 2 vegetables because I like this to stay green, but I don't want that to overcook. So you'll see why I'm doing this. We're gonna put the beans first. Just blanch them, don't cook them. Keep it on high heat. You can actually eat this raw, so you want it crunchy. I like my vegetables green and crunchy. Okay. Once it's bright green, you can remove them. They're not cooked, they're just blanched. We're just blanching them. See how green it is? Stays green like that. You set it aside, you don't have to put it in cold water to keep it green. So we're gonna cook it. Same thing with okra. I don't like the okra to be like gooey and slimy, so I like to separate them. And I just put them when it's ready. Now you can remove the okra. You can put it in the same bowl that you have. This is a strainer, so see the gooey sauce? I don't like that on my vegetables. Although this is Pinakbit, it should be gooey, but I don't like it. So we're gonna put that away and throw this water out. Our dry skillet, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of oil. Any oil, you can use olive oil. That's what you have. And then add the garlic. should be a little hotter now. So wait until it's hot and then add the garlic. 1 tablespoon. I like a lot of garlic. 2 tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons should be sufficient. You can add a little more if you like garlic. Garlic is good. And let it brown. So turn the heat a little bit lower. Low to medium. You don't want that to brown so quickly like what it is going on right now. Okay. As soon as it turns brown, you can add your marinated pork and turn it to high heat. You want this to be brown. You can cover it. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on because I want that to be cooked. I'm going to put a little bit of water. A little bit. And cover it back. And let you want that pork to cook properly. You don't want to eat raw pork. So let it simmer there for a while, like about 15 minutes. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes. Kind of simmer this pork. I am going to add my chicken powder, a splash of water so it doesn't stick on your pan. We're gonna add the onion. And the chayote vegetables, just it takes a long time to cook. So give that a mix and put about a 1/4 cup of water. And let that cook for 5 minutes. Medium-high heat for 5 minutes. Alright, so it's a little bit dry now, that's good. The chayote squash is cooked. So we're gonna add the bagoong. So this bagoong can get sauteed. So it'll infuse the flavor in there. While the pan is a little bit dry, you want that to a little bit kind of saute. Turn the heat a little bit medium so that it doesn't overheat and stick your vegetable there. So now that's a little bit sauteed. We're gonna put the squash time. You don't want this squash to overcook, otherwise it makes the vegetable gooey. All right. Add about 3 tablespoons of water just to give moisture to the squash and allow that to cook. And then put the lid back on. Okay, now I'm going to cut the eggplant. because I'm ready to put the eggplant very soon. Just about 1 inch. Just run your knife there. You can use chopping board, but I'm doing this safely. All right, that size. Okay, now we are ready to check our veggies. Ooh, already halfway cooked. There we go. The squash is halfway cooked. Now you can add your eggplant. There's the eggplant there. And you don't want to overcook the eggplant either, because then it's going to get gooey. You can put it on high heat. This time, for color, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of dark soy sauce. Just for color, not necessarily for taste. I like my pinakbit a little bit colorful. That's 1 teaspoon. And there. It looks good. Color gives you appetite. All right, now you can add a little bit of water. Okay, now add a little bit of water and turn it to high heat. Just a little bit, about half a cup. Just to give that little bit moisture. I don't like it to be soupy, like I said, so we're gonna leave it that way. Cover it for 3 minutes. All right. Now we can safely add our green beans, not the okra yet. Okay, add a little bit more water, give it moisture. The reason why I'm adding the water a little bit at a time, because I don't want that to be soupy. And now you can safely add your bitter melon. All right, now we are going to add this tablespoon of soy sauce. Okay, it has a little sauce in it. I don't like it to have so much sauce. All right, let's check. You can also stir it occasionally. Now we can safely add our okra. Once you add the okra, turn it off. Turn the heat off and just mix it, so the okra doesn't get gooey. It'll get cooked with the heat from there. All right, there's your Pinakbet. Okay guys, here's the Pinakbet. Smoking. It's very hot. Let's eat. Okra. Mmm. It's still crunchy, but it's cooked. Bitter melon. It's crunchy. You still get the nutrients out of it. And the squash. It didn't disintegrate, but it's still soft. Lots of rice. Eggplant, squash. Bitter melon, it's not bitter. Well, it's bitter, but a little bit better. Chayote squash, they stayed the way they were, but it's cooked. Eggplant, it's not too mushy, but it stayed intact. The beans are crunchy. Very good. Try this recipe and let me know how you like it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to continue eating. You all have a good day. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.